Good morning. I am here with Carlos Leon, General Manager for the restaurant Aponiente.
Yes,
nice to meet you.
Hello.
Can you please share with us some of your signature dishes in your restaurant and the inspiration behind them?
Yeah, definitely. I think to understand better what we're doing in Aponiente is tell you a bit story of where we came from. So actually we're located in the south of Spain, small fishing village called El Puerto de Santa Maria, which actually is really traditional about all fish and fried fish culture. So we start like 15 years ago trying to do something different about which actually the people usually go to the classic restaurants. At the beginning it was a bit difficult because we want to do something, as mentioned, something different. So taking a look about the sea and the fishing village from another perspective. At the beginning, we were not understood at all.
Yeah, for sure.
But we were actually the first restaurant in the world to implement plankton into the menu.
Wow.
So we started doing some plankton risotto, for example. Instead of all the classic restaurants, what actually they were usually doing, like sea bass or gillhead fish, grouper, or some good quality salt, we usually use some discarded fish. So actually what my brother Angel, who actually is the chef and the owner, he usually went to the fisherman village and go fishing with them. And he usually goes in order to see how many kilos of all these fish they usually take from the port and how many they throw it away.
Yeah.
So we took all those fishes, the trash fishes, we call it in Spain the discard fishes, and we take it for our menu. So starting from the start philosophy to restore that culture, that all the fish that we have its value, and how can we actually implement in a tasting gourmet menu. So we use a lot of fish that never you can see in any fish market. And we started to do, for example, some marine charcuterie. So we were actually the first one. I think nowadays there is a lot of people who do chorizo or something from fish, but we actually were the pioneers in doing that. So coming from the discarded fish, we usually do like some chorizo, some jamón, some mortadela. So when you come to a restaurant, we have like a really good selection and a bar counter of marine charcuterie to start with. We also use some techniques which were only coming from inspirational from the seaside, in alliance and synergy with the university. So this is two of the dishes that it was kind of the landmark, which actually we won the first Michelin star that we have today. Currently we have 3. But it really changed when we start with this traditional of serving discarded fish philosophy.
Wonderful. We know that your restaurant focuses a lot on serving dishes that are the outcomes from research and development.
Yes.
And that truly differentiates you from the others. Can you share a bit about some of what your team has researched on in the past and currently?
Yeah, definitely. So my brother Angel, he always say that he was more like a sea lover rather than a chef. All these came from the foundation of the restaurant. So actually we were all the time linked with the universities in terms of research and development. We were actually enrolled in, as mentioned to you, in to go to see how actually the fishermen went, that to study all the different parts of the fish, the blood flow, the eyes, the texture of the meat, depending of how you kill the fish and how you fish it. But in synergy with all these universities, we have a lab, a research and development lab that we create, like the bioluminescence, which is actually something that we were always looking forward to drink the bioluminescence from the sea. So the plankton, when you go in some parts, for example, in California or even Cadiz, when you go at night side and you see some bioluminescence in the seashore. So we were like, how we can implement that? So we study a lot in the university, and we have our sea farm from plankton. We have our sea fan as well for the bioluminescence. So actually, in the last menu, in the last season in the restaurant, in the last dessert was like a cocktail that actually you drink, which is absolutely bioluminescent in your glass.
Yeah.
So that's
amazing.
That's something unique, definitely, and something funny. Also, with different labs from all over Spain, we have one technique that probably you're going to see in the show cooking that we're going to be here in those days is the living salt, which actually for the salt, you need at least 2 months to do salt. So actually, we developed a technique that you can do crushed salt in 30 seconds.
Wow.
So we have like a liquid, like this water, and you spill it over the fish, or over the prawn, or over the shrimp, and it transforms from liquid to solid in 30 seconds.
Wow.
And it actually cook the fish in the moment. So imagine that you want to do a crushed salt fish, classic in the oven, instead to wait 30 minutes and 2 months to have that salt, we do all that in 30 seconds.
Amazing.
So we do in front of the clients. It's really funny to see. It's different. Actually cook the fish in front of the guests as well. So it's really something unique. And we are actually, we are like 65 people in the restaurant for only 30 guests. And 5 of our team are coming from research and development, the little lab that we have in the restaurant.
Wonderful. It sounds very exciting.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Now there is massive amount of opportunities into different industry, edtech, health tech, biotech, and many other areas that are really great opportunities for entrepreneurs to capture. As we live through the pandemic, those kind of shifts create those cracks into different industries that creates opportunities.
The key aspect that I think all of us need right now, which is a key aspect of resilience as well, and that of course is hope. Hope that things will get better, hope that we can make it better as well.